Hi, welcome. I love to work from a professional standpoint of view because, as you would know right now, with the latest update that Google has done, it has become more obvious than ever that just writing content or creating content of any sort is no longer going to be in your best interest. So it's better you create content that is actually targeted to the intended audience and not just anyhow kind of content. With the advent of AI, with the way it is right now, the quality of content being created uh, has now gone to a whole new level. So, if you're still from the school of thought that you could use AI to generate junk bunch of content, I suggest you look at the last Google I/O video, which was done just some few days ago, and take key note from what Google has said and what they've demonstrated. It simply implies that now for your content to show up in Google or in any search engine at that, your content needs to be top notch. So, pretty much, let me take you to one of the first areas that you need to go if you're creating, say, a blog post. And this applies to you even creating a YouTube video script, a TikTok video script, an Instagram tag content, and the list goes on. So pretty much, I like to come to the SEO area, which you will now be able to expand on the keyword that you are going to be able to work on. So if your account is not in the premium version, you will not have this function enabled. But if it is, you will get the benefit of being able to use the keyword expander. So you could put in a keyword into the AI and it will expand this keyword. Literally, what it will do, it will analyze the keyword to get a better insight of what you're trying to do and tell you words um, that are in the same context of what it is you're trying to do. Now, why is this important? Everything about Google and everything about all search engines are in context. So you need to create your content based on context. Otherwise, when you create the content, it's not going to be really relevant. So pretty much like I was explaining earlier, this is the key word we want to get a deep dive insight into. So I would save my document based on that keyword. So let's see, I'll simply put in the name here and I save it. Now it tells me it has been saved. So the next time I come back, I can always uh, come back to what it is I was previously working on. Now, uh, we put in this keyword uh, deep learning. Why do we want to x-ray the keyword better? Uh, so that we could actually figure out what people are actually searching. And one of the major challenge of content creators is actually from two ends. One is identifying your audience, the other is identifying the audience search intent, which is the major thing Google is majorly after. Google seeks to serve the searchers, if I would use that phrase, and provide them with the most relevant content to their search, which in turn is described as your search intent, the audience search intentions. So, if someone is searching for deep learning, uh, you put in deep learning into the keyword expander and it breaks it open and tells you, okay, so in line to deep learning, these are words synonymous to it. So I come into the Google Keyword Planner. If you like, you could use other search engine keyword research too, but I don't think any does it well like Google does, because Google's Keyword Planner does it with respect to context. So I will click on discover keyword. So the first keyword, which is my C keyword, is deep learning. So I'll press enter, come back to my Woneassistant. And okay, so let me do, because I want to keep this as it is. So I will do a little bit cleanup because I don't need the numbers when I take it into Google Keyword Planner. So we'll just do a quick one here. All right. Now, the more keyword in context you're able to give Google, the better it understands what exactly you're looking for. So I'll simply copy this and bring it into the keyword planner and paste it. The max you can put here is 10 words per time. So I'll tell it to search. So give it some few seconds and you can see now Google has output for us 8,000 plus keywords, which is awesome, mind blowing. Now, from one keyword, we now have 8,000 keywords, so that we are able to get into better context of what we're trying to do. So, I like to always do multi-level kind of keyword research. I'll do a detailed keyword research in another video. So if you want that, you could leave it in the comment below and let me know if you would want to see that. But working straight from Google, I would just simply tell it, okay, so filter based on quarterly search and give me the word. Bear in mind, our original word was deep learning. So, and we've expanded uh, deep learning and brought it into uh, Keyword Planner. And Keyword Planner is now telling us that yes, I know you're searching for deep learning, but if you take a look, you now have artificial intelligence as one of the word associated to deep learning. And of course, you could choose to write this keyword. Why? Because it has more search volume on a quarterly basis and even year in, year out, which is what this connotes. It has been increasing. As against deep learning, if you see deep learning, which was our original word, has not been increasing, but of course it has not decreased, like one of the words you're seeing here. When I'm picking keywords, I avoid keywords that have negative indicators. So at the least, I will do things that have zero, but of course, preferably things into the positive zone, whether in the year in, year out, or under 3 months, year in, quarterly, periodic period that has positive signs. So uh, I'm looking at this right now, and I'm more than tempted to change my initial keyword into artificial intelligence to write around that. So pretty much I could say, for instance, for the sake of this video, Let's speak on artificial intelligence. Why am I doing that? Because it has been increasing year in, year out. And of course, the CPC is nice. Of course, uh, maybe in the keyword research, I would explore more into this and break this area down into advanced level so that you get a good insight. Now, there is the misconception each time you're working with this area. People will often say, don't go for high competitive keywords. This here are not the high competitive keyword. Take a close look to the instruction that Google has here. This is uh, this is referring to advertisers competing with themselves with respect to the keyword you're working with. So this is not uh, the keyword competition as it is. So pretty much, I'll do that in another video. And so let's not bore you in this video. So, and of course, most often than not, when I come here, it's not just all about the search volume for me. I often will always want to see, okay, so what's the highest bid someone is trying to pay? And how I pick that is filter this on the lowest rate. And so I check which of this has the highest paid in the low band of it, not this one. Yeah, fine. I don't look at this one. I simply pick on how low would someone want to pay and for what keyword. So my go-to area will always be I want a keyword that is having 1,000 and above and that the CPC is nice. The higher, the better. The more the search volume, better. So I could look through all this and pick on what I want. But better still, you are better off downloading this whole entire record from here and it goes into your Excel and you're able to filter it from there or with your Google Sheet. But for instance, let's work with this. This is interesting. So I pick on this keyword and I bring it back into my Woneassistant and I go to template, SEO. I want to know after picking my keyword, who are the audience searching for this keyword? Because I might not necessarily know about this. So, who are the people looking for it? Because if you remember, like I mentioned earlier, if you're writing without you focusing anybody, then you're not writing for anyone. So at the end of the day, your content is really not going to matter. It's not going to be of high value. So I'll put it here and I'll tell it, uh, identify for me the audience for this key phrase. And it tells me, okay, so this key phrase you've imputed, it will give me some few concept information about the key phrase and tell me this are the audience searching for the key phrase with some level of explanation so that you understand it better. So, what do? I save this, and if you want, you could also copy these out into either Word document, PDF, Notepad, and just simply copy the text. So I can save it as well. And now I have my keywords and I have 5 major audience that are searching for it. Okay, so this is getting interesting. So I want to write for this first audience. So let me pick this audience and put them along with this keyword and copy both of them out now that I've already saved this. So I have my keyword, I have my audience. So I need to find the second most important thing before I start writing any content, which is the search intention. Why were they looking for it? So, remember the keyword we brought earlier and the audience that we had? So I bring the audience and I put it into the audience, and the keyword I put it into the keyword area, and I tell Woneassistant identify for me what is the search intention of this audience for this key phrase. You fail to do this, any content you're writing is literally not going to be good. Not unless you already know your audience that you intend to write for and you already know what their search intentions are. And in most cases, uh, this is often than not the challenge for a lot of content being created. So now, Woneassistant tells us, okay, for this keyword by this audience, these are the reasons why they're searching for it. So now I have a well targeted audience content based on what they're looking for. So these people are trying to understand. This is one of their search intention. This is another. This is another. So for each of these search intentions, you could create different content for each of these search intentions. By doing just this alone, you're creating your platform for high domain authority with respect to things around this key phrase. So this is how you attain domain authority. And so pretty much you create your content based on each of the search intentions. And of course, if you so want, you could mix two, three search intentions together. But best advice, target only one search intentions. So I would simply say this is how I want to label this for easy identification so that when I come back, I can always do justice to it. So I have my keyword, I have my audience, I have my search intention. In the next video, we will be creating a video, a content for this audience. Thank you and see you next time.